so ill-prepared for today. November 2021 at FH7, and it is brutal windy. Car says it's 31 degrees. It started blizzard. Snow was coming in like horizontal up in Plaskett Meadows, so we called it. The lower pond at Plaskett Meadows got cooked really good. Well, welcome to Plaskett Meadows. Let's see, the second weekend of November 2021. The forest order expired on the 1st and they didn't renew it. So my buddy and I, Collin is there. He's fly fishing, I'm bobber fishing. We thought we'd come out here and see if there's any fish and check out the campground and whatnot because it's legal to be in here right now. Oh, but it's 32 degrees when we pulled up, according to the car, and really foggy. A little tiny bit of dusting on the snow, or of snow on FH7, just east of the apex. Little dusting. I'm surprised it's actually drizzling and not snowing, but it's really cold. I'm grateful to have a thermos of warm coffee. But it's beautiful. It did hit pretty hard out here. I'm hoping that we can not get too wet and stay warm enough that we can actually go into Plaskett Meadows Campground and do a little video to see what that looks like, because I haven't set foot in there since before the fires. Pepper and I were here during the fires. We got let in by the Forest Service, and we have a video of a huge down tree blocking the roadway into Plaskett Meadows that was very actively still burning. So we decided to shoot a little video and leave because we didn't want trees to fall over on us. So we'll go take the A7C up in there and see what that looks like, what the bathrooms look like, and the campsites. There's a lot of piles of wood around right now. There's been a lot of clearing. Let's see, we've been here maybe an hour, a little more. Seen, I think, 3 Jeeps so far, so there are people cruising around. Man, it is just brutal cold. I'm so glad to be out here. I really missed this spot, and it's nice to be fishing again. Granted, it's fishing this time and not so much catching. You come here in the summertime and it's more catching than it is fishing, but it doesn't matter. It's still better than a bad day in the office, right? Or a good day in the office. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens. I got 2 poles in the water, trying some different stuff, and Collin's fly fishing. So hopefully something bites and we can go home with something to eat, and who knows what the day is going to hold. Isn't it cute? Fish are so cold when you pull them in, they don't really fight you. So you don't really know if there's anything even on there. Wondering if it's going to snow on the apex of FH7, so are we going to have to drive through snow? Not a big deal though, because I know we can shortcut down below FH7 on 22 and 11, because we're headed back towards Covelo to go home. 22 and 11 goes down below FH7 and dumps you back in by M4 to go to Anthony Peak, so we can take that to get home. And if it does get too bad, we could just continue east and go down into take the I-5 back, but I don't like that drive, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen. We're driving the Subaru, so the heated seats, good working heater, plenty of time to enjoy the day even if we don't catch anything. Was hoping to hit the water spring down there. I have that on the map pins. I'd love to go home with some spring water, but I'm concerned that The road is going to be covered in silt, which will be very mucky, and we're alone in the Subaru, so I don't want to get stuck. We did let the significant others know the locations we're going, the routes we'll be taking, and we brought a radio. So right now we're listening to the Forest Service, just kind of keeping an ear on things. Ooh, that breeze. If we do get into trouble, we will switch over to 462.650 so that we can be found if stuff hits the fan and we get stranded. We have a way to communicate. Better to have a plan and not need it than not a plan at all. It's beautiful. Listening to this wind go through the trees. I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. I didn't have enough hands to grab the A7C with the mic with the wind baffle, but we'll see. Maybe I'll pull the lines and head back to the car and grab that. Just don't like it getting wet, even though it's water resistant. That's a lot of money to be out in the rain. So in the meantime, I'm gonna enjoy this view. Let's see if anything bites. Let's keep going. Brr, it's brutal cold. Plaskett Meadows, we've been here for, let's see, about 2 hours. The wind is picking up, the fog is starting to roll through. It was, the car says 32 when we pulled up. But with this wind, oh man, it feels even colder than that. Collin's down fishing at the lower pond. He's much better at fishing, so he stands a better chance. I've never been successful down there. Granted, I think I've only tried once, so I thought I'd walk up towards the campground here, show you what's going on. I didn't check my audio. Yeah, it looks good. So they're definitely doing some clearing. You can see piles. So when they open it back up, there'll be lots of firewood. And you look around, it got pretty well scorched. But it's still nice to be up in here. The sound of the wind. We get a little spit or spat or whatever you call it, a bit of rain every once in a while, but it's not real heavy. Listening to the wind blow through the fishing line. Whew, man. I hope I'm not shaking too bad here. It's really, really cold. The thing that's saving me. I came underdressed for sure. The thermos of warm coffee is saving me. Let's see if we can walk around a little bit here. So this is the little driveway that goes up into the campground. There's a gate up there. I guess it's open because a Jeep came down here a little bit ago. You can see it's pretty thinned out up in here. That's looking towards the day use area. Over here, but there's some green left. So I've got 2 fish on the stringer so far. One's on the small side I'm not real thrilled about, but the hook swallowed it really deep. And not only that, there's blood coming out his gills, so he's going home, not letting him go back. Yeah, the gate's definitely open. You gotta watch out on these stumps that burned. They're burned underground, and if you step on them, they could collapse. Not a big deal right now, you get wet and muddy, but when it was burning, the fire would be burning underground, and if it collapsed while it's burning, your foot would go into like a little oven. One of the bathrooms. Let's see what we got here. Nice and clean. I wonder what all those blue lines are for. If you know, comment down below. Here's the campground. Here's the entrance into the campground. There's a blue streamer. I wonder what that's for. And there's some orange stripes. That was a big stump. I guess if this was just a stump, it wasn't a full tree, because I don't see anything laying on the ground except for branches. But look, somebody's going a long way in there. Oh, there's some mushrooms down in there. I came here today because the forest order expired on the 1st of November. Excuse me, and I checked last night and they hadn't reinstated it, so I really missed this spot and wanted to come in, so we decided to come here and go fishing for the day. And I've been trying to get my friend Collin, let me take him out in the woods, explore some, and go fishing. So it's kind of two birds, one stone. We're out fishing and exploring. I don't want to get too far away from my coffee right now. It's the thing that's saving me. But brr, it almost feels like it got colder in the last little bit. Well, here's looking back. If you were leaving Plaskett Meadows, you'd go out this way and up to FH7. Right over here, there's that big down tree. And inside that stump. And if you come around this side, you can see how it just hollowed out the whole stump. That's probably the tree that Pepper and I filmed. It was still burning. It had fallen when we found it, but it was hollowing out with flame and fire. Trying to link down below to the actual video. Man, sorry about the shaking. It's so cold. So let's walk into Plaskett Meadows going this way. Last time I stayed here was a couple years ago, and all the plants that have grown, because no one's been here. It's been closed and off limits. It was a $5,000 fine to be caught in here. Oh man. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big bank of fog about to roll in, so I'm gonna beeline it, as some would say, back down to my nice warm thermos of coffee. I had heard rumors that a lot of the infrastructure got pretty badly damaged in here, but the bathrooms are all right. And I guess maybe trees falling over, but I went to, I was at, what was it called? Hammerhorn Lake, and these vent pipes were just melted. This one's intact. So the vents for the bathroom. Tried my last technique in the last video of kind of slow retrieve, no bites, no nothing. I was trying a bobber with the bait, nothing. So I'm finding that just letting it soak on the bottom has been more successful. here, there's another little honey hole. Go send this one out there. Forgot my coffee. Cold. Snag. Not doing so good. Well, it's about 2 o'clock and it's starting to snow pretty heavy, so we're gonna call it. Brr. Yeah. Good time though. Three fish on the stringer, so not a bad day. Totally ill-equipped for this though. Really starting to come down. Collin and I are packing it up because it is snowing. Man, the snow shows up good on the camera. It's November 2021. That's FH7 and it is brutal windy. Car says it's 31 degrees. Man, so ill prepared for today. A sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and then a thermal underneath. Brr, it is cold. Collin's back there in the nice warm car.